Continue.
All right, so here's the next topic. Let's hit some topics so I can make short videos out of them. Spider-Man's greatest enemy is the new Norman Osborn becoming Spider-Man again. What a stupid piece of shit idea this is. Wow. Oh, my God. An edgy Spider-Man again. A villain redemption story. Though they've been doing this for 2 years now, this Norman Osborn becomes a better person. That Norman Osborn can never be a better person. Literally, at one point, Gwen Stacy. And he's done some pretty nasty shit. Killed Gwen Stacy.
Killed her.
Is this just another example of them trying to make the villain just this misunderstood kind of person?
Yes. The villain redemption needs to stop. I wonder, like, I seriously wonder if they're trying to redeem these villains because they relate more to them than the heroes do because they're such shitty people.
100%, Steph. Yeah. I think that's exactly what it is. They relate to those people. It's like when they say, I want to see myself on screen, and then they
why they keep doing this? It's because Dan Slott had success as it when he did Spider-Man Doc Ock as Superior Spider-Man, which was actually a really good run. But it's like that was a little bit different than
that
like
was way different though, man. Than
because he actually won. This is not Peter Parker. Peter Parker is doing some different shit. Actually, still read this.
Look, some villains they lend themselves to be redeemable, right? Like Magneto. Magneto is kind of like you see his point of view very much.
Yeah.
So you could say he's kind of redeemable, but somebody like the Green Goblin, get the out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, no, the Green Goblin's
a piece of shit.
Yeah. In writing any story, you have those kind of two types of villains. You have a sympathetic villain that you can see the human flaws in. Sometimes they could be redeemed, but then you have villains that are just forces of nature. They're more pure evil villains. With Irene and I do a show on Thursdays, Creative Block. We've talked about this in the past. Those two types of villains, and if you switch them around, it confuses the audience. It alienates them and makes them mad that this character's not like that. Like Joker is not a sympathetic, redeemable villain. He is a very evil force of nature. The characters around him change. That's why he's such a good foil for
somebody
Batman.
like Bullseye.
You should never feel bad for that character. You should never feel bad for the villain.
Right.
Yeah, it's not so much that whether sympathetic or unsympathetic villains are better or worse. It's about not betraying the audience. If you've established a villain as a certain way, you made a promise to the audience, and if you do an about turn, they're going to lose interest because you have no consistency.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
The only time this really works is in like a Thunderbolts or like a Suicide Squad situation where they're being forced by the government, to do good. Outside of that, though, there's certain characters, like I said, like Bullseye, like Norman Osborn, like people like that. They should never be like anti-heroes or sympathetic.
Yeah. Suicide Squad. Yeah, that's a great point. Like the Dirty Dozen, they're being forced against their will to do good. But other than that, it totally invalidates previous stories that have come before it.
Well, that's what killed Venom. When Venom became an anti-hero, he was done. He was boring.
Yeah.
But that's a huge issue with the stories that are forever ongoing stories at the big two. They don't have a definitive ending, so they lessen the value of the stories in the future that like this, where this happens. And then that also in part, it's like having a really good movie that 15 years later, they make a shitty sequel. And it's like, man, this sequel, like I didn't like Beetlejuice 2, or let's say Dumb and Dumber 2. It's like,
Dumb and Dumber 2 sucks shit.
Yeah, that's even worse. No, Dumb and Dumber 2 shouldn't even exist. And by it existing, it does damage to the first movie.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
I agree with that.
I feel like it could work if they were able to write like them that struggle of going against their villainous instincts. Like it should be instinctual for them to want to do harm to people or to want to, be villains. That should be like their main focus, and the struggle should be, I want to do this, but like you're leading me on this path. But they can't write that. They're not unable to write that struggle.
No. And they need a good reason for that too. Like characters can change, but they also never write those big changes in. It's just, I'm deciding to be sympathetic now.